Hello again and welcome to another video from the Marketing Study Guide. In this video I'm going to explain the segmentation, targeting and positioning process. Sometimes we use the letters STP. My name's Jeff and I'm a long-time marketing lecturer and practitioner. As you probably have guessed, the S stands for the segmentation and market segmentation, which is step one in our process. Step two is target market selection, which is a question of where is the firm going to compete. Step three is positioning. So hence those letters, and that is how to compete. Okay, now some textbooks list differentiation as a separate component, and you might see these letters, STDP. I have a separate video on that you can have a look at, but essentially differentiation is actually part of positioning. Now, to make sense of where segmentation targeting fits in, we have over here our marketing mix that you're probably quite familiar with, and on this side we have our strategy development. To develop strategy, we're going to have a look at the environment, understand our consumers, conduct research, and we're going to work through the segmentation, targeting, positioning process. And as I mentioned, that includes where to compete, how to compete, and then we execute it. Okay, so I'm going to go into a little bit more detail. So I've added step 4 here. Step 4 is once we have our positioning, we develop a marketing mix to execute it. So up here in step 2, we have our target market, who we're going to pursue. And then in step 3, we have our positioning, and then marketing mix is designed to fulfill that positioning and make us successful in the marketplace. So just drilling down a little bit more. So we've got the process here, where to compete here, how to compete, which I've just mentioned. And what will happen is our goal is, by doing this, we plan to improve our performance and be more successful in the marketplace. But from time to time, we might need to revisit our segmentation approach, etc. So let's drill down. Okay, so what is segmentation? Here's our market here. It's the process that we go through dividing this market into smaller groups. These groups need to have common needs, characteristics, or behavior. So in terms of a consumer, they've got something in common. And those groups, as we put them together, need to be distinct from the other groups that we form. So this might be a group in common and they're different to these people in terms of their consumer and purchasing behavior. And we're looking for segments that we can basically serve better or come up with a unique marketing strategy where we're going to improve performance. Okay, what is targeting or target market selection? As you notice, I've got an S in there, which you can select more than one target market, and I've split the market up into groups. So the second step is the T, targeting, where we now have multiple segments that we've constructed, and we're going to choose which ones to be our target market. Now we do that by evaluating each segment on some form of criteria. And we've got to look at how attractive, the degree of attractiveness that each segment is for our firm. So companies looking at the same segments or a similar segmentation structure will probably pick different target markets because they're in a different competitive position. So there's a whole bunch of factors that I've covered in other videos, but typically we look at the segment, how big it is, how profitable it is it growing, how competitive is it for those sort of customers in that segment. Does the segment give us the ability to play to our strengths and capabilities, and will we perform well? Are there channel partners that we need, etc.? But check out my other videos. And finally, what is positioning? Positioning is how we want to be perceived in the marketplace. So it's our desired image, our reputation, our brand, etc., and the key benefits that our products have. So we want a consumer to go, hey, that's brand A. Oh, they're really good at that and that. Okay, oh, brand B over there, they're not as good as that, but they're pretty good at that. That's positioning, when you can get a consumer to actually highlight your strengths and weaknesses relative to their needs and relative to the competition. Okay, so positioning is how we want consumers to understand our brand. We want them to know what our products offer to them, what are our products' key benefits, and how they're better or different. They don't always have to be better. Generally, we look for differentiation and basically give consumers a reason to buy our brand. So there you have it. They're the steps in summary. They're all interrelated. They all work together. They're one big set. We generally do market segmentation, target marketing, every 1 or 2 years, or if we've got a new brand or new product coming out. So once we have done that, we tend to stick with it, and then we execute it through a positioning that's going to give us an advantage in the marketplace, and then finally we execute it through various marketing mix, whereas marketers, we spend most of our time. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. There are lots of other videos covering segmentation, and there's links down below to a good website for you. So good luck with your studies.